Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of
The Skooled Zone.
Alright, so we are about to take on the Lord Regent. I can probably predict that the first segment of this episode is pretty much going to be all action. In fact, it's going to be a little bit of a speed run, and it's going to be pretty badass. So buckle up your seatbelts, and here we go. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is get this possession ready, and we're going to possess the first guard we see, like that guy right there. And we're going to use him to disarm this alarm. Probably won't ever get rung, but it's better to be safe than sorry. And then we are going to just take him out. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is take out this guard right here. You got to hit these guys right in the head. If you miss the head and hit him in the shoulder, then they will just be on alert. Let's grab this little rat here because we used a little bit of mana. And then there's one more guard kind of patrolling around. Let's see if we can come up behind him, or at least peg him from a distance. There we go. Alright, so we got to get this guy right in the head here. There we go. Ash. Alright. Made him bounce up in the air there. Alright, come here, little ratties. Okay. Alright, so we are good to go here. Next thing we are going to do is... Oh, there's one more little white rat. Okay, so let's see if he dropped a pouch. He did. And then I also came up here because I wanted to make sure there was a little grating right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to possess this little rat here and use him as our convoy into the building unnoticed. It's a pretty cool tactic because you can get right in under enemy lines. Here we go. Okay, so we're just gonna keep him moving over here.
Everything's secure here, sir. We have double the guards at every post.
And right into this little room right here. And we are gonna set a little trap right there. Okay, now we can jet on over to this door here and head right up the stairs and disarm this wall of light. Perfect. Yeah, then we're gonna set another spring razor for the second guard when he comes down.
Gerard, are you there? I'll check on him myself.
Okay, so this guard's gonna run around here. And eventually, hopefully it'll reach him. There we go. Alright. So without further ado, we're gonna wait until this, Actually, let's go ahead and stop time, so we don't have to wait around all day. And we are going to sneak right on past this tall boy here. And we are going to head on up to here, where we can then meet up. It might just roll right into a dialogue.
For the love of Dunwall, how? How did you get to me? No, it's impossible. An hallucination. My eyes seeing what they fear. Why do you hide your face? Are you some phantom behind that mask? Some terrible spirit here to punish me for my lack of perfection? What do you intend to do? I must know. Are you even capable of mercy?
Okay, cool. They give you a little moment to decide here without rushing you through it. The reason that I went in through that side door and rolled right into the conversation is because it's kind of fun to, strike some fear in his heart, so to speak, because he's one of the real bad guys of this game. if you attract his attention first, or you run right up to him and try to kill him or whatever, you don't get that dialogue. It's only if you sneak in through that door and sort of come up behind him as he's turning around. It's a very kind of specific trigger for it. Also, in case you're wondering, if you choose leave mask on, it doesn't give you any further dialogue. It just goes right into battle. So just to get that little extra role playing here, we are going to remove the mask, show them who we are.
Go! How is it even possible? My mind reels. You're the one who's been tearing at us, taking out my allies. But what game is this? Why come back now? You've gotten away, despite my efforts. Everyone believes you killed the Empress. And now, I'll have you put down like a dog, and history will remember me as the one who avenged her death.
The irony of it. Okay, here comes the fun part. That's classic. All right, so this guy is going to be a little bit of pain. Now, we could teleport onto him, but I'm going to try something a little different this time. Just for the fun of it. One more. There we go. Okay, while he's reloading, I'm going to take a sticky grenade. Throw it on him. Another one. Throw it on him. Come back here, turn off the bend time, and watch him. Boom! Classic. All right, so this alarm right here doesn't have a power source. You can't rewire it like you can with this wall of light. So if the spy master had been made aware of your presence, he would have rung this alarm. And if you had killed all three of his personal guards here, then he would have gotten suspicious and also turned on the alarm. So what you got to do to make all this happen without ringing this alarm right here is to just leave the tall boy intact until after you kill him, and then do something along the order of what I just did, which was a lot of fun. All right, so we took a very minor amount of damage. Might as well grab that, and definitely grab this rune. 4 out of 4, sweet. Okay, I know we're still maybe 1 or 2 away from getting bend time, so I'm not even gonna bother to look, but let's read losing support. Lord Regent, since we've lost the financial support of the Boyle family, things are dire, and we've had to make major cuts. The patrol boats stationed in the Wrenhaven River around the tower have been redeployed to the North Bank to protect the few food shipments still trickling in from the farmlands outside Dunwall. Sir, I'm warning you now, this means that the approach to the tower from through the waterlock is now exposed. It's unlikely that an attack would come from the river, but I know how you worry. Ironically, there's one thing working in our favor. Since the waterlock malfunctioned last month, that idiot who maintains the moat flow controls hasn't been able to repair it. And with Sokolov missing, no one else is sure how to get the blasted thing working again. So anyone conducting an assault from the river would have to climb up the pipes in the waterlock, which is hard to imagine. Or you could just blink up them. Here is where the other end of that strange telecommunications device from downstairs sees the Lord Regent from this side. And we got a pretty cool little map here. I wish it was to scale, not to scale, but I wish it had like labels on it and stuff. But it looks pretty sort of generic to me. So we're just gonna walk through this wall of light. Nothing around there, so let's head on down. Loot this guy and go grab all that loot in here that we left behind. Some whale oil, powdered crystal. That's just a helmet. Okay, I got a few things over here. And I saw a book. The Trials of Aptitude. Okay, we read that in Coleridge Prison, I think. So I believe that's everything. Awesome. Okay. It's pretty cool, actually, these little stacks of books. They do this in libraries, in real libraries too, like in archives, just to preserve space. Notice how you can't get in there, it's too thin. But they'll have these library shelves on wheels that they can push up against each other and make room to reach books on both sides. So this is actually a real thing. I can't remember what the actual name of this sort of mechanism is called, but if I can find it, then I'll put a pop-up. Okay, we did pretty good up here. So what we're gonna do now is just skip going back down the long way and just head out here, blink down onto this ledge. See if we can blink all the way over here. It's being a little finicky, so let's get a little closer. There we go. We're all alone. We did a pretty good job, actually, of taking everything out. So let's just keep working our way back. I'm gonna hop up here, blink down to right here. And from here, you can reach this little cornerstone, and now we can run along the roof. This is where Daud and his men blinked over to that gazebo there. Pretty cool, I'd say. Let's hop up here. We used a little bit of mana, and I left this spiritual remedy behind on purpose. Okay, so let's see if we can reach Samuel from here. Not quite, so let's blink over to this rock maybe. And then might be able to just hop down. Yeah, I think we can hop down.
Come to your senses, man.
Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to land on you, buddy.
Is it all done? You ready to go back to the Hound Pits?
Yep, let's go back.
Thanks to you, Corvo. All right, let's go.
All right, so we got some pretty sweet statistics here. 38 hostiles killed, but no civilians killed, no alarms rung. That's what I like to see. We didn't get too many special actions because we decided to go the lethal route. So a lot more of those special actions were things like using the evidence against him and confronting him and not killing him, whatever. But we did it the fun way, in my opinion. Over on the right, we found all the runes, all the bone charms, all the shrines, paintings, and we came within about 95% of the total coinage. So I'm happy with that. Let's continue.
Big changes. Makes me uneasy, to tell the truth. The small fry like me always gets the worst of it. But maybe it's going to be different now. The Lord Regent is gone. The Abbey has a new High Overseer. I'm guessing our work is almost done. The others are in the bar. No doubt waiting to raise a glass in your name. Me, I think I'll just linger out here if you don't mind. Reflect on things while we have a moment. Congratulations, Corvo.
Okay, so I'm just going to take a quick peek with the old heart here.
The boatman has a good heart and respects you.
Well, we'll see that come into fruition in a bit.
Somewhere in the basements below, hound kills hound, and money changes hands.
Okay. Don't have anything really to do up here. I think we've done a good job everywhere else, so let's head on in.
Attention, Dunwall citizens.
Did you kill anybody tonight? How many?
Lord Regent is no longer in.
I'm tired of being afraid. When I'm Empress, I'm going to make everyone else afraid.
Okay, so you can't really go anywhere else. If we tried to go upstairs or move around here, it's just going to roll into this little dialogue here, so we might as well just do it.
That's it. The Lord Regent's done. Farewell to Hiram Burroughs, you scheming piece of shit. Now we can bend the law to pardon our past crimes, Corporal. We'll find Daud, the assassin the Lord Regent sent to butcher the Empress. Then you can have your revenge. We'll have to move fast to clean up his mess. The armed forces will do their job. Martin has control of the overseers, and you, Trevor, do whatever it is you do with Parker.
That's Lord Trevor Pendleton to you. Without me, you'll never command the nobility. They'll tear you apart like a fish.
Sorry, Corvo. We're nervous. Your work is done, and ours begins. The coronation will be an impromptu affair. It still requires much preparation. Most of it we can handle, but there is the matter of security. Emily will be vulnerable to whoever killed her mother. I doubt history will repeat itself, but you must be sharp and wary tomorrow.
He's right. Rest. Restore yourself. Raid Piero's wares. Restock your ammo and make yourself ready. Just in case.
To Corvo, the man who served to change the course of history.
To Emily Caldwell, and the new dawn rising for Dunwall and the Empire.
Have you given Emily much spiritual education? The Seven Strictures? The Litany and the White Cliff?
No. I lack the qualifications, Overseer. High Overseer.
Perhaps you ought to send her to me, and soon. She is a spoiled child, even if she's to be an empress.
Okay, so we're going to have a few conversations around this bar, but you'll probably notice some strange visual effects on the screen. I didn't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't played the game before, but we probably shouldn't have drank that drink.
Hello, Corvo. The Pendletons owe you a debt. So many dead. At least they were mostly commoners. I won't be sad to see the last of this place. At last, an empress on the throne again. Will it seduce her into becoming a despot? I half expect it.
So, despot means basically a tyrant or any leader who rules with oppression.
When we move, I will not be taking any furnishings back with us. It's all contaminated by this place.
Okay, so he's done. Let's see if she's got anything to say. Nope. All right, let's chat with...
What will you do now that the revolution's come, Mr. Corvo? I hope you have a good plan. I know I do.
All right, let's chat with these guys.
The Abbey is corrupt, but as long as it stays that way, I can control it. Campbell's journal is a gift.
I can control the Abbey. I just don't know if I can heal it. We'll have to keep the overseers on the street maintaining order. These are faithless days. Righteous and pure, I do every man's work. I can't hold back now. The outsider walks among us today. I can almost feel him.
Okay, he's done. Havelock?
Emily will revoke the warrant on you tomorrow. Until then, legally there's still a fairly lavish reward, so I'd keep your head down and your mask on if I were you. Dunwall is just the beginning. When the Navy's rebuilt, that's when the fun starts. Oh, the scores I'll settle. Pritchett, Pennyworth, out on their asses. Eat well tonight, Corvo. Once we install Emily, the work will begin of hunting the Lord Regent's ring of skulking spies and killers.
So skulking means moving with stealth or like lurking in the shadows?
The chaos we cause is a double-edged sword. I think we'll need the City Watch strengthened. You are one of the deadliest men I have ever encountered. If I had 100 of you, we'd rule the globe.
Okay, he's done. Let's see what Lord Pendleton has to say.
We do all this work, all this risk, so that a child can assume leadership of an empire in chaos. I give us very slim odds. All of us. So much poverty. Well, there's always work at the Pendleton mines.
Where your brothers are?
Morgan isn't really lurking in the storm sewer, is he? No. It's crazy. Just a dream. Will you be resuming your old post as Lord Protector? We'll need one. Things are very bad out there.
They're such good actors.
One thing I'll say for the Regent, he kept the commoners out of our business. I'll need the Abbey's blessing if I'm to marry well. I wonder if Martin can arrange it.
Okay, he's done. Let's talk to Callista.
The other day I saw Emily staring at you. Do you think she understands what you've done? The Pendletons, Lady Boyle? I think on some level she knows what's been done in her name. I won't be sorry to leave this place. Neither will Emily. Do you think the others resent her fondness for you? I've told her an Empress is always merciful. She says Empresses are supposed to be ruthless. I suppose I should thank you. I just don't like to think of how you did this. I wish you'd make more cheerful paintings. I'm tempted to burn the old ones. I hope I'll sleep better in Dunwall Tower. Fewer nightmares about rats, perhaps.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk to Emily here.
Sometimes when you come home, you smell like blood. My great-great-grandfather conquered the Isles, but then he got poisoned. Callista told me.
Oh, the irony.
When I'm Empress, I want to build 2 giant ships and crash them into each other, and all of them will drown. I'm allowed to do that, right? If someone killed the Lord Regent and someone killed the Empress before that, how do I stop them from killing me?
I'll protect you.
I don't know if I like this, Corvo. Everybody's arguing.
She's done talking, but I'm just going to show you a little picture of what she's drawing here. I'm actually not sure if that's supposed to be her or Corvo, but I do think it's a high chaos effect. See if she's got anything else to say.
Just. Nothing changes for Cecilia.
The others will set themselves up nice, lords and all. I'll still be here.
Every week, there are more rats than before.
I wouldn't mind seeing Lydia go. All it takes is a hint of plague.
Okay, so there's a few items that we can grab, I suppose. Not that we really need it, as you'll see. Okay, let's see if we can go talk to Piero.
Do you need me to put something together for you?
Sure, why not? Nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick that up. Awesome, and we still have 5,500 coins to spend, so might as well grab the sword crossing. Might as well grab this pistol magazine. Alright, don't need any of those others, but let's grab a bunch more bolts. Incendiary bolts, you can't really find too much in the environment. Grab a few more sleep darts. Buy all of these. Buy a bunch of these. Yeah, might as well. Okay, I don't think there's really anything much more to spend money on, so... See if he's got anything to say. I think if we just stand next to him, he might say something.
Those fools think what they did matters, do they? A new Lord Regent. I feel the real war has been lost. My efforts to cure the plague have failed. Sokolov is a fraud. I see nothing but darkness before us.
Give him another second here.
All of the symbols add up to nothing. There is no future for us. The future is for the rats, for the ill humors that rise in the night, for the setting sun that will die in the night, for the outsider. I will complete my own arc pylon. Whatever else happens, I will be safe.
All right, so he mentioned the word humors. Whoa, that's definitely a weird effect. Humors is an old-fashioned term for one's mood based on like fluid balances in the body. For example, the ancient Greeks believed that blood, yellow bile, black bile, and I think phlegm each represented particular moods, such as courage, anger, patience, and melancholy. And imbalances in those fluids would sway you to extremes in those emotions. Very strange thoughts indeed, but it did eventually lead to modern pharmacology. I think there might be one more entry here. Yep. Okay, number 6. We read 1 through 5. Until we get through all this and hold the coronation, nothing's certain. Dunwall Tower has just got its own culture. No telling what could happen if we moved into the place too soon. The next steps must be handled carefully. Things are happening quickly now. I need time to think. Okay, so let's go ahead and head on up to our room and get this over with.
Samuel, you move like you've been drinking. Did the poison work its magic? Is he dead?
It better have worked. It cost me a month's profit.
Yes, sir. I believe Corvo has breathed his last. Just as you wanted.
You've done a fine job, then.
Remember, we need the body. If we come forward with the corpse of the man who murdered the Empress, we'll be greeted as heroes.
Yes, it'll grant us legitimacy. We'll be the men who rescued Emily and brought down the Lord Regent and his assassin. You'll see to the body, won't you, Samuel?
Yes, sir. Why I keep sticking my neck out for you eludes me. But I only gave you half the poison, Corvo. They were watching me do it, but not close enough. Maybe you'll survive it. I can hardly blame them for turning on you, after all the people slaughtered in the name of this cause. Those are crimes of state. And maybe they figured it'd be too hard to control Emily with you around. Could be they're right on that score. I'll drop you in a boat, and then I've got to ship out myself before they smother me in my sleep. That's the next thing. Makes the most sense. If you're lucky, you'll wake up and find your way out of this doomed city. If not, well, goodbye.
Full-on conspiracy. We are now being sent to the flooded district. I'll jump ahead to when we get there.
This is the one who was with the Empress when she died. Poison. Tivian stuff.
Amateur work. He'll live.
That's up to Daud.
And here we meet Daud.
I know a great deal, bodyguard. I recognize those marks on your hand. A gift from your friend. The one who talks to you in the dark. Talks to you when you visit his shrines. I visited those shrines too. And I know what it felt like to shove a blade into your Empress. But I don't know you. Who you are, and who you fight for. You're a mystery. And I can't allow that.
That's our equipment there. No, don't throw our equipment. Oh, the agony. Okay, so we are unconscious, but in the void. Let's go talk to the outsider.
Here you are at last, in a ruined and drowning world, held captive by the man who killed your Empress, the assassin, Daud. Your friends poisoned you and dumped your body in the river. Did they do it to protect themselves, so no one would ever know what they'd done? Or was it because they were a single move away from controlling an empire, and they knew you'd never let them manipulate Emily? Maybe none of these. Perhaps that's just the nature of man.
Hey, bud. All right, so we wake up inside of a little silo of some kind. Why we get to keep our mask is definitely beyond me, but I guess they didn't want to strip you too much. Okay, so little ratties, you're gonna have to get out of the way because I'm gonna throw some bricks up here to get out, and they might fall on you. Oh, they survived. One more and we'll get out. Almost. Awesome. Little rats didn't die. I don't know, I'm an animal geek. All right. So there's an overseer down there. Okay, so we just escaped from that little silo here, and now we've got the opportunity to pick up some of our equipment. Okay, let's see what this report to Daud says. This is the musical device that the Overseer had strapped to his chest. While it was functioning, we were unable to perform transversals or tetherings. I suggest that we get a good look at it. So transversal is basically an adjective for the verb transverse, which means to cross through something as in a shortcut. So transversal in this case basically means that he's cutting across space from one place to another by means of a supernatural shortcut. And tetherings might be a hint at the pull power that you get if you play the DLC. You don't get that as Corvo, but as Daud, you get the ability to basically use a limited form of telekinesis. So that may be what the tetherings is. Okay, so there's the music box, and then we have here the Overseer Saber. Now we need a weapon. We could either grab our Assassin's Blade or this Overseer Saber, and I haven't really found a difference between the two other than the Overseer's Saber kind of looks a little bit cooler. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this one. And it's just like it's a little bit longer and stuff. Let's grab all the rest of this stuff. Definitely heal ourselves with some food. Let's read Corvo's bounty note. Daud, finding Corvo in possession of that mask could have been an elaborate frame job, but now the newly minted Lord Regent Havelock is announcing to all the city that he has proof linking Corvo to the masked felon. The bounty is 30,000 coins, but if Corvo truly is the masked felon and is responsible for all the things the wanted posters accuse him of, I expect the bounty to double. Because we have him alive, we should be able to barter for even more. Regarding Slackjaw, we watched him for a week, and when we were ready to make our move, he suddenly disappeared. Maybe he left the city. Rilfio. Bounty ledger. Alright, so these are just some people here that might be on their shit list, so to speak. Booth eliminated. Payment refused. Employer eliminated. Okay, so looks like there isn't much there, but there are a couple of whalers up here, so to speak, so we're gonna have to take them out. See if we can do it without alerting too much attention. Perfect. Okay, so he caught us. These guys are really shifty, so we're just going to use the Devouring Swarm on him. Where are you? There we go. Okay, so they're going to take care of Biz here. And I did that because... Ooh, there's another one. Where did he come from? Well, that was effective. Alright, so now we can basically eat a bunch of these white rats, get all of our mana back. Awesome. And then we can heal the rest of the way with this food here. Grab a couple of coins. Read this little note. The Brigmore job. Ronaldo, do the job as you were told and do not question my planning again. Yes, the women who meet in the ruins of the Brigmore Manor possess abilities like our own, and they use poisons, administered by Dart. But just as you share my ability to blink across space through the transversal trick, we talked about that a second ago, you also inherit my resistance to some toxins. As I told you when you first joined us, it is another of my gifts that whoever serves me loyally shares in some of my power. This may or may not aid you against their poisons. The leader of the Brigmore Witches must pay for her betrayal. If you succeed, your share will be enough to build a fine home in Serkonos in your old age, assuming you live. Daud. So when he was talking about sharing in some of his gifts up there in the first paragraph, he may have been referring to a power that you get as Daud called Arcane Bond, where you basically, whatever powers you get, you can share with some of your summoned assassins. So I think it's pretty cool the way that they kind of weave in some storyline into some of the powers and mechanics behind the character. All right, so let's keep moving. Let's see here. Copper wire. And then we are going to head out onto this bridge and just kind of take a little gander at this Rudshore waterfront. Okay, so basically, yeah, just lacking any real equipment here. We got a sword, got some of our powers, and that's really about it. We're pretty much going to have to go back to scavenging now. But somehow we got to keep our mask, and we got to keep our bone charm, so that's at least good. So this is going to be a very interesting mission coming up, and we're going to take care of that in the next episode. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate the support when you guys share the video, like it, even subscribe if you haven't. So any of that, thank you so much. And we'll see you in the next episode.